Okay everybody, it's December 10th. I haven't done a video in quite a while because this place has been unusually busy for this time of year. I've just had a ton of I've had a ton of stuff in here. I just completed my 21st custom built computer, which I will talk more about at a later time. And I do have a couple interesting things in here to go over, so we'll do that now. This machine over here on the left had a user account issue that I needed to correct. So that was not a bad job to do. This machine over here on the right it's had a slowness issue for quite a while. I think I've gotten as much speed out of it as I can, and we'll see what happens a little ways down the road. This is actually the computer for a land surveyor, so if there's any land surveyors or civil engineers out there that I haven't done work for yet, I have 3 clients that are land surveyors and civil engineers, so I'm very familiar with what your IT needs are. So if you need anything done, contact me or give me a call and we'll go from there. One other thing that I'd like to talk about really briefly is these PC cleaners that you see on TV, and I've talked about one of them before, PC Matic. But the commercials for PC Matic, to be quite honest, have gotten way over the top. They now have this guy, I forget his name. He says he was an ex-football player, but I'm not even so sure about that, considering the weird things that happen in the TV industry, which I will talk about that in another video. But they have this guy that says he was an ex-football player that is promoting this PC Matic like crazy, and the things that really get me are: you install PC Matic and you don't need any other antivirus program ever, and you install PC Matic and it can even keep a Windows XP machine safe. Now, as everybody that follows these videos I'm sure is well aware of by now, Windows XP expired on April 8th of this year. This means that there's no more Windows updates from Microsoft to patch security holes that come out in Windows XP. To make matters even worse, there's been some evidence that the Windows 7 and 8 security patches are being used to discover and exploit new security holes in Windows XP. Moral of the story is, there's no program that's going to be able to keep Windows XP safe for use on the internet. Now, having said that, I do have some customers out there that still have Windows XP machines. Here's an example of one right now. It's sitting here waiting for a hard drive to come in so I can clone it, because the hard drive is over 3 years old and at risk of failure. The situation with this particular customer is they really don't have a lot of money, so upgrading to Windows 7 is really not an option for them. And upgrading this machine to the specs required to run Windows 7 is not really an option for them as well, because by the time I get done adding up the costs of all the parts and the labor involved in doing the work, it gets to a point where it's not worth it. These few customers that have Windows XP, I try to keep going until they won't be using a computer anymore. This customer over here is actually a very elderly gentleman, so I'm not quite so worried about his computer usage as far as him going to places that are likely to get infected. This customer, that's the civil engineer, is also an elderly gentleman. This machine has Windows XP on it. The reasons that I don't upgrade him to Windows 7 in particular are because, number one, the software that he uses for work, the software that he has, will not run on Windows 7. I've already confirmed this with the software vendor, and this software, to get the version that will run on Windows 7, would cost him approximately $4,000. The other reason that I don't upgrade him to Windows 7 is that he is in the process of selling his house, which is where he works out of. When his house sells, he will be going into retirement. So we're looking at, hopefully we're only looking at a few more months of operation for this particular business, and then we will be going through shutdown procedures. So again, I don't really see too much of a need to upgrade this machine to Windows 7. The other program that is out there that is causing concern that I'm seeing on TV is a program called Wincleaner. And this program, Wincleaner, comes on a USB stick, and it's supposed to clean up all the problems that make your PC slow and make your PC run like new again. Well, I googled Wincleaner this morning, and Wincleaner is promoted as a registry cleaner. There are lots of registry cleaners out there. They are very dangerous tools. Most of them are scams. The reason registry cleaners are so dangerous is because the Windows registry holds every single configuration setting that Windows needs to operate. If the registry is altered in the wrong way, or the wrong items are changed or deleted from the registry, you can actually cause Windows not to boot anymore. And I have personally seen this. It makes a big, registry changes can make a big mess out of your system. The only registry cleaner that is touted as being safe is a program known as CCleaner. The letter C followed by the word cleaner. Those of you that may have been around or dabbled in computers for a very long time, or have been around the IT business for a very long time, may know this particular program by its former name, Crap Cleaner. Crap Cleaner is the only safe registry cleaner out there. And to be honest, in my experience, I find that most people do not need to make use of a registry cleaner. The two things that make computers slow, in my experience, is number one, you have a virus on your machine that's causing the poor performance, or number two, your hard drive is beginning to fail. That will also cause poor performance. Other than that, other than those two things, I really don't see too many other common causes of slow performance. Lesson here is, if you have a slow computer, you have a sick computer. It needs to be brought in here. It needs to be checked out. There's no magic piece of software that you're going to buy that's going to make your computer run like new again as soon as you install it. It's just a digital form of snake oil is all it is. And I'm concerned because I am seeing these commercials on TV frequently, and I don't want any of my customers to get bit by this snake oil. I've had to clean this stuff off of customers' computers in the past. It's not an easy job. Some of the programs get invasive, install a lot of junk, and then you've got a good-sized cleanup job on your hands. So I'm trying to inform everybody of the potential hazards. I will see everyone next time. Merry Christmas. If I don't make a video before then to everybody, see you soon. Bye-bye.